All right, today we're going to talk about something that's absolutely crucial for workplace safety, but let's be honest, it's often seen as just a bunch of paperwork. I'm talking about the Workplace Incident Report. And we're going to see how it can totally shift the game from just reacting to problems to actually preventing them from ever happening. Okay, let's get into it.
Okay, so to really get why this matters so much, let's just start with a number, a big one, 2.6 million. That's the number of non-fatal workplace injuries reported in the private sector in just 1 year. I mean, think about that, 2.6 million. That's not just a statistic, that's a staggering number of people facing real risks every single day they go to work.
And it doesn't stop there. In fact, it gets worse. In that same year, we're looking at over 5,000 fatal workplace injuries. Now, what's really alarming here is that this wasn't just a static number. It was up almost 9% from the year before. So the problem is actually growing. And again, we have to remember, these aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet. These are people. These are families impacted forever.
So when you see figures like that, it's pretty clear, right? This isn't just interesting data. It's a huge, flashing neon sign. It's a call to action. It screams that we have an urgent need for better, smarter safety practices. And not just in one or two industries. We're talking everywhere. Healthcare, retail, construction, you name it.
Okay, so how do we actually answer that call? How do we make that shift from just, cleaning up after a tragedy to actually stopping it from happening in the first place? Well, it all starts with your first line of defense, and that is a really solid system for incident reporting.
So let's just be crystal clear on what we're talking about here. A workplace incident report is basically a formal record of any event that could mess with safety. And I really want to lean on that word, any. We're not just talking about serious injuries. It's everything. Even something that feels minor, like a near miss, where you slip on a wet spot but catch yourself before you fall, that counts. And getting that stuff documented right away is absolutely key, because that's when the details are fresh.
And look, this is so much more than just checking a box for compliance. It's a powerhouse of a tool, really. When you do it right, it helps prevent future accidents by spotting risks before they become disasters. It sends a powerful message to your employees that their well-being actually matters, and yeah, it saves time and money in the long run. It builds a real safety culture, and it gives management the bird's-eye view they need to fix problems at the root.
Okay, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What does a good report actually look like? What needs to be in there to make it useful?
Basically, you want to make sure you hit 6 key things to make it complete. First, what kind of incident was it? Then, you need the basics: location, date, and time. Can't forget that. Next, who was involved? And this is important. That includes witnesses, not just the people directly affected. Then comes the heart of it, a clear, just the facts statement of what went down. What, how, when, why. After that, you describe any injuries or property damage. And finally, what did you do right away? What were the immediate actions taken? You nail these 6 points, you've got a solid report.
Now, to make things even clearer and more organized, it's super helpful to categorize these incidents. Things can differ a bit depending on the industry, of course, but there are generally 4 main types that pretty much everyone should know about.
Okay, this table really lays out the whole spectrum. Let's start with the near miss. Honestly, this is your golden opportunity. There's this idea in safety science called the safety pyramid, right? And it basically shows that for every one major injury at the top, there are tons of minor injuries and hundreds of near misses at the bottom. So if you track these seemingly small oops moments, you get the data you need to prevent that big one. Next, injury and lost time. That measures the real-world impact on someone's health and on the company's productivity. Exposure is obviously critical if you're working with hazardous materials. And then there's the sentinel event. This is the most serious of all, a tragedy that signals a major systemic failure and kicks off a massive investigation.
All right, so you've got this perfectly filled out form. It's categorized, it's detailed, it's beautiful. Job done, right? Nope, not even close. The real work, the stuff that actually saves lives, is just getting started.
I really want this to sink in for a second. Think about it. A report that just gets filed away in a cabinet. It does absolutely nothing. It's useless. The report itself isn't the final product. It's the raw material. It's like the starting gun at a race. It's what kicks off the whole process of investigation, analysis, and real change that is actually going to make the workplace safer.
So what does that follow-up process look like? Well, you can really break it down into 3 simple steps. Step 1, analyze the data. You look at all the reports together to find patterns. Are things happening in the same department? With the same machine? Step 2, you train your people. Use what you've learned to teach employees about those specific hazards. And step 3, the most important one, you implement corrective action. You actually do something to get rid of that risk for good.
So corrective action can sound kind of corporate and vague, right? But what does it actually look like? Well, it could be something super simple, like updating old safety gear, getting new gloves or goggles, or maybe scheduling some preventative maintenance on a piece of equipment that's been acting up. Sometimes it's bigger, like totally redesigning how a certain task gets done to make it safer. Or it could just be giving some specialized training to the folks who are in those higher-risk jobs. The point is, these are real, tangible changes that stop the next incident before it can happen.
So I want to leave you with this one question to think about for your own workplace. Are you guys just reacting to accidents, or are you actively trying to prevent them? Because really, the difference between a reactive culture and a proactive one all comes down to how you see this one document. Is it just a piece of bureaucratic nonsense you fill out when something bad happens, or is it your most valuable tool for gathering the data you need to build a safer future? Honestly, that choice, it makes all the difference in the world.